Goku looks so fucking cool. There's no reason for me not to play him.
I got called a name and then insulted for using my extra large control.
So like honestly, I'll be real with you. I'm about to go try hard mode on this demo build.
Whoa! Call them out!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back tonight with a very special guest, the Summit of Power champion, HookGangGod.
What's up, man? We out here. We doing big things, man.
Welcome, dude. Welcome to the show. You know, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen you, but you know, you're looking good out there. Saw you at hanging out at the Dropkick event, right? Fighting Cloud 805.
Yep. That was the exhibitions. That was when I stayed in LA for a little longer, just to do that. Yeah.
Dude, so they have you busy already, man. You're like already like, yo, I know you just want some of the power, but you got a title fight like right now.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, but after that, I was like, man, I'm blowing up on DBZ. I gotta take a break, at least like a couple days. I was just grinding for days at Summit. Like it was too much at that point. I was like, eh.
That was actually something interesting that I wanted to ask people, but I was like, I didn't want to take them out of their game, like their mind frame. But I was like, man, like, are you guys like kind of tired of the game? Because that's all we've been doing for the last 72 hours is playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like, is anybody just like trying to play like, you know, checkers or something? Like,
I'm glad the Summit had us doing other things than just playing the game, though. Yeah. At least like every day, if we weren't grinding, we literally play tournament for like 10 minutes, and then the rest of the time we're just doing whatever. So it was fun, but like, you know, after the last day and stuff where it's only the tournament, then I got tired. Playing DBZ that long, it got really tiring for sure.
Well, you lasted, man. You had that was the Iron Man challenge. Like, how much Dragon Ball FighterZ can you take in one weekend? You stood on top of everybody, you know?
Yeah, I honestly still can't believe I won, to be honest. It's actually crazy.
Like, I actually did. When not necessarily when you won, but as you realize you're going to beat, let's say, Goichi, as you realize you're going to beat Goichi, what's going through your mind? Like, oh shit.
Like, once I beat him like 2-0, I was like, yo, I might actually send them to losers. I was like, what is happening right now? I couldn't believe how good I was playing too. Like, I was playing ridiculous the whole time. That whole match, I was playing the whole set. I mean, I was just playing super ridiculous. And then, like, I'm up 2-0, and I'm just like, wow, I might actually beat him. I could do this right now. I never thought, like, when I went into the match, I had no expectations. I was like, well, I might get washed. He might destroy me or whatever. I didn't really have like much to lose, because if I lose to him, you know, it's expected, you know. But for him, I'm pretty sure it was the opposite. It was like, since he was already 2-0 in his mind, he was definitely like, damn, I might lose right now, and I'm not expected to lose. So, you know, that probably got to him. He was probably a little tilted maybe, but for me, I was just like, I was in there. I was not nervous at all. I was like, well, if he beats me, he beats me. You know, he's the best.
Well, look, everything was working in your favor. You know, you were like getting like the very rarely seen 5S grab. You were getting the demon elbows to go off, and he just wasn't doing anything about it. So
yeah, that's why I feel like he was tilted. And then he actually was getting Dragon Rushed, something that never happens to him. He usually texts them all.
Yeah, man, he just could not seem to like get it. He was on tilt by just getting hit by shit, I guess, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I've never seen him like that, but I mean, he definitely outplayed him. So congratulations to you for that. Yeah. And then we move on into the grand final set with Sonic Fox. And what's going through your mind there as you see, like, you know, you're about to take that set, and you're just like it had to be like it had to be scramble. Like it had to be 100% scramble at that point.
Yeah, at that point, after I beat Goichi, I was like, I mean, Sonic usually destroys me at NLBC, so I was like, he could destroy me, but the way I was playing, since I was playing so good, I was like, this might be the time I can actually beat him. And I did. I played really solid, and I feel like he was also tilted. Because since I was playing so good, he was just like, you know, raw tagging.
Who is this kid right now?
Yeah, I was teching every Dragon Rush. I don't think he hit me with one Dragon Rush. I don't think he did like 7, and I teched them all. Like, and that was like one of my biggest weaknesses too. It's like I always get hit by Dragon Rush. I was not ready, but after the summit though, my reactions got 10 times better. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. I was hungry too. I don't know. I don't know.
My arms are feeling light and everything. Hands
yeah. All I was doing was drinking water. That was it. I think that was my biggest problem. I wasn't drinking water before.
The lack of legit oxygen.
the lack of water had me busted up at NLBC. I guess I don't know what was happening, but Summit just powered me up. I was ready.
You have some of that LaCroix?
Nah,
yeah, that stuff will definitely power you up.
Nah, I'm good. All I had was the Uncrustables. The Uncrustables, actually, it might have been the Uncrustables.
Oh yeah, get your brain synapses just firing off all over the place. Like,
oh man, the peanut butter and jelly, man, that was doing too much work.
Shit is like crack, man.
Yeah, it was too good. I had like 9 or 10 the whole time I was there. Dude. Yeah, I couldn't stop. I was like addicted. Me left in an apology match just could not stop.
There's gonna be like a big box of that shit. Like next time there's a Summit of Power, and then people are just gonna hit that up. Like get your Crustables before it can go out.
They definitely had like 30 of them in the fridge, though. They were ready. They were definitely ready. Yeah.
I'd like to talk about the fact that you, for the longest, were not considered a favorite to win this. I mean,
that is true.
It's been announced for a while who the competitors were gonna be, and I have to say that. For you definitely got that look, even from other players, where it's like, you're good, man, but not that, you can't be that good, you know. Yeah. But it's so great though that you went into this event like that, and I don't know how much better you could have shown up that you are that good than how how this went down.
The craziest thing about that is that I thought I wasn't that good. I came into the tournament, I was like, there is a chance I might go 0-3 and just die. Like it was a chance. Like especially after the first day where I got Chris G 3-0'd me, I was playing terrible, and I was just like, damn, I might just lose like right now, and I felt the pressure there, but. Like after that, I started playing way more clean. I literally didn't get sent to losers until you know the reset.
Right.
So before that, I was just like, damn, I gotta play good. Like there's too many people watching. People have faith in me, you know. And well, some people didn't. You know, some people as soon as they saw I had to fight Goichi, they were like, damn, I hope Hook could at least get a game in or something.
That was a rough one. Like when I was getting ready to watch that come up, and like everybody was talking about, like, remember like how he started out the weekend with the exhibition with Beneath.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, shit,
I mean, to set the point straight, I was drunk when I fought Apology.
Whoa.
Oh, right.
I was actually drinking, and I forgot I was supposed to do exhibition or with him. And the worst part is when he beat me, he puts it on Twitter
so hard.
Yeah, he put it on Twitter like I actually wasn't drunk at playing. that was wild. He knew I was drunk too. That was the wild part too. I beat him in tournament though, so that's what counts.
Beneath the true NorCal scumbag. I'm so proud.
So I told you, man.
He legit was like, I told you I'm the best Piccolo, and I'm like, Beneath, like a couple weeks ago at Combo Breaker, I asked you that, and you were, I didn't say that.
I mean, I changed his mind the next day though. So
he beat his ass the next day. That was legit. You know?
Next day, and then I beat the 2 best players in the world. Like, come on.
No,
that's
man.
That's something a Piccolo player has not done.
That was a clean win too, and like a lot of people, like I know you were not feeling Perfect Cell. I know you're just like, fuck, I wish I did not have to play Perfect Cell.
I definitely still feel that way.
I know you do, but I was like, dude, what was working for you was that Piccolo.
Yeah, I mean, even my cell was working for me. Like during my other matches, like with Goichi, for example, he literally touched a death my Piccolo like the first.
Oh yeah,
5
yeah,
seconds
he
of
was
the
ready
game.
for that shit.
And I still won with just Cell and Vegeta. Like I don't think he killed neither of them after that. So I don't know what happened. I just became Ultra Instinct, or I absorbed Nail or something. I don't
You
know what
absorbed the Genki, man.
I absorbed something, and I just became so godlike with Cell. Even though the day prior everybody was telling me drop Cell. It's just
Well, yeah, it seemed like it was such a topsy turvy event in terms of like consistency. Like we saw Dogra just get mauled for the entire weekend.
That one was kind of unbelievable, to be honest. I was like, wow, he lost to Leffen, he lost to Lord Knight, and then he lost to Fenrich, I think. Damn. I mean, Fenrich is like, Fenrich is ridiculous. But I was not expecting Leffen to beat Dogra. Like, what? That's wild.
That was
Leffen is definitely good though, but that's just because me and him were talking about it too. I was just like, yo, if you play your best, you could beat him, but it's Dogra. And he 3-0'd him. I was just like, wow.
No, he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
man.
he 3-0'd him. I was like, I didn't even beat him. That's wild. Like he destroyed me at Combo Breaker. But so did Goichi though, so
powered up, dude. Like everybody was getting beat though, man. Like Reynolds got beat by Apology Man, who prior to this was like that was like the scariest dude to him. He's like, I do not want to play Reynolds ever. He's crazy.
Yeah, that's
what he
true.
does makes no sense. And then he beats him in tournament.
Yeah, that is one thing he was telling me too. He was just like, yo, I don't want to fight him. I really don't. He's too random. Too random. He definitely is too random, but it works for him.
No, he controls that to a certain degree, and yeah, man, a lot of people are afraid of that. But they should have been afraid of you. They should have been afraid of,
they wasn't ready for me.
They wasn't ready for you. They wasn't. I don't think anybody was ready for like Fenrich. Jeez.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One of the earned invitations as well. You definitely maybe that's the boost you got, man. That it wasn't a gifted invitation. You had to go take that shit.
I definitely had to qualify.
Yeah.
I almost didn't too. Losso almost beat me at that NLBC qualifier for Summit. Mm-hmm. It was 3-1, but it was like close, like really close every game. So I almost could have not have won Summit. You never know. I mean, I probably would have qualified at Combo Breaker though, maybe. Because Fenrich got
you would have to fight Fenrich, yeah.
Yeah.
In the tiebreaker. Oh shit.
Yeah, imagine that.
Dude, that would have been sick.
The pressure. What's crazy is Fenrich probably didn't have no pressure because I heard after he won the qualifier, he didn't even know what the tournament was. He didn't even know. So he won the exhibition. He was just like, all right, what do I get now? Like you go to the summit, he's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, what? He didn't even know.
It's like in SoCal, bitch.
The place of the gods, bro. What?
Yeah, he didn't even know, yo. He didn't even know. I would have felt that pressure, but I'm glad I qualified, so I didn't have to, get voted in or none of that stuff.
You watching them dudes squirm, and you're just all like, I'm glad it's not me.
Yo, the voting thing was just a bloodbath. Yo.
Oh my god!
Honestly,
dude.
I'm so happy I didn't have to do that because if I did, I don't think I would have put a cent, like 1 cent myself, because I wouldn't have done it. To me, it would have been not worth it.
Well, I'll tell you this, like, voting for yourself is nothing wrong with that, but like,
of course,
definitely want to be a little mindful of the amount that you're gonna put on yourself, because shouts to Beyond Toxin, love that guy, but oh man, I felt so bad for him.
Don't even remind
Beyond
me of
Toxin.
That. Yeah, don't remind me of that. That's a tearjerker story,
dude. Like I saw the clip of when it happened, and I was just like, somebody just like turn off the camera, please, man. Don't break this man's heart like that.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine if that was me though. Like on stream, damn, that would have been rough.
I spent 2 G's to get myself into some of the power, and then just got sniped right at the last second. And I'm like,
dude,
that's my money.
You know how I felt with that was like when I got a school loan. It's like I feel like that's what happened to him. It's like I got this massive ass loan, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even get anything for it. I'm like, fuck.
Got this
Yeah,
bullshit ass degree. I can't even I can't
Yeah.
even work at a freaking car shop with this damn thing.
Yeah. Oh well, here we go. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That losing the 2K right out your hands like that must have been like I can't even imagine that.
That shit hurt me, man. Because like
It
I
hurt
saw
me
it all,
too.
like as a dad who like never has 2 G's in his pocket ever, I'm just like, fuck, that hurts, man.
Yeah, that's feels bad. That's truly feels bad moment for all of us.
So if next summit, if there's another summit,
Please
and you
invite
don't make
Toxin,
it into the vote, like if you don't make it in from the invite list for whatever reason, don't
Me?
take a precautionary tale from Beyond Toxin.
Yo,
I hope he gets in.
No way I'm not getting invited. If I don't get invited,
you're getting invited for sure, man.
Imagine if I didn't though. That would be funny.
I think Beyond Toxin has a chance of getting in because now he's like a summit legend, you know? Like there's almost like you almost want him in just for like the interview. Say, hey, how did that go down? But yeah, man, like another summit would be awesome. Like I really liked how that was ran, and like a lot of the players are really comfortable, you know? Like everybody just seemed really content throughout the entire tournament.
Yeah, man, of course. We were getting like almost pampered the whole time. It was unreal to me. I've never been to tournaments that long anyways, but to be at a tournament where they ask me what I want like all the time.
That was a trip, yeah.
Wow, yeah. It's something I'm sure none of us are used to since FGC is FGC. It's not. This is not Dota and other things.
I get happy when they bring me water as a commentator. I'm like, what? You're like,
Red Bull's over there. Don't talk to me.
Y'all did this for me. You brought me a water. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. And then instead for us, it was like, oh, you want food? There's dinner over there. There's snacks over here. There's water over there. There's like everything over there. So Summit was definitely the best tournament ever to me so far.
It was kind of a blow up though when you're commentating and they roll in with those platters and you're just like Yipes couldn't even take it no more. He just got up and booked when he saw like those tacos rolling, and I'm like, you know what, I'm with him. Like I've spent 3 days on this couch not eating when I want to.
I feel like you guys though were having a good time though. Like you
guys made it very enjoyable for us. It was like the best thing I've ever commentated. I was like, holy shit, man! I'm actually. And then
the best part was that there was like 5 of you guys on the couch. That's mad godlike. Like every good commentator was there for the most part.
Actually, I gotta apologize that like after you won, like you were coming up to the stool or something, right? But I didn't know what the hell was going on because I'm like, okay, are we signing off and what's up? And they're like, yo, let's give Hook an interview, right? And like I didn't think about it till afterwards. Like, man, I was sitting in the seat, wasn't I?
I stole your seat. I'm sorry.
No, I was sitting in your seat. I think I was supposed to get off the stool or something. So that was my bad.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, so
okay.
like I think I forget. I think Steve got up. Yeah, Tasty Steve ended up getting up, and then you were talking to us about that. And the whole time I'm like, man, I feel like I should be like, getting up, but
it's fine. I feel like the summit was esports, but it was mad casual. So,
yeah,
like it wasn't to the point where we were forced to do stuff, and it was super casual. We were just playing. You guys were just commentating. We were eating. We were having a good time. It was all good times.
It was super fun, and then like the after party was lit as fuck and just.
Oh man, Drunk Cook was another one.
People literally breaking ankles out there, man.
That's funny, yeah.
But anyway, so before we continue on to the diving into the deeper what makes you tick, I wanted to cover some news real quick because it's been a while since we had an episode of Mt Paozu Arcade, and we missed a couple of things like Vegito and Zamasu coming out, which apparently is also shaking up some of the team compositions because people are starting to think that Zamasu might be a real threat.
Yeah. Some people nowadays people are saying he's kind of whack, but I highly doubt that. He has so much tools, he has so much mix-ups, he has the better hell zone, he has everything, And also Vegito, I thought he was whack as well, but he definitely has some potential. He got some pretty good normals, so
dude,
I think both of them are pretty good.
Like I've only fought Vegitos. I haven't fought a Zamasu yet, and like the inability to just kind of, hit buttons from a certain distance against Vegito is very apparent.
Yeah,
like,
you can't
even
that
5L.
Yeah, you can't even raw tag the 5L. You'll just get hit by it. Like you'll get sucked into it. I was playing a Vegito and I would raw tag and he would just be pressing 5L, like, you know, by just trying to stagger, and I'd get hit anyways.
And that shit's
like,
active for like 8 days. So
yeah, exactly.
Damn.
I was not ready for that. Like it was mad crazy. I don't know. I think Vegito's all right. He's definitely all right.
What do you think is better of the DLC characters right now?
Definitely Zamasu, for sure. But Vegito, you know, people haven't really used him to his full potential just yet. So we'll see. You know, maybe Vegito's better. Who knows? Nobody's used him like that, you know? Not like no top player has, you know, give him the shine. Kind of like, you know, how when Bardock came out, Goichi picked him like immediately and showed his true power like almost instantly. Everybody knew it was top, like real fast. But with Vegito, nobody really picked him up just yet. But soon, hopefully, we'll see.
Maybe at CEO, because I imagine a lot of us are going to be down crashing that event now that they've announced Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Beginning at CEO 2018. You know, originally I wasn't even going to go to this thing. I was just like, I was talking about it all year. And then at the last minute, I was like, man, that's just too big of a price tag to happen. And then, ironically, they announced a KOF 14 pop bonus. I'm like, oh, shit, $1,500? I got to go win some of that.
Yeah, KOF. Yeah.
And then right? And then they announced Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour, second day of the summit. And I'm like, oh, what?
Man, I told you it was only a matter of time, dude. I told, like, everybody was tripping for a while about, like, oh, man, are we going to get one of those or not? It's, I mean, it's fucking here.
It is. No, like, it was something that, like, you know, we talked about it with Perfect Legend a lot. Shouts to Perfect Legend in the chat. You know, he said, let it happen naturally. Let the community decide if we need to have the esports tour for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And I agreed with him. I was like, you know, there's no reason to just out the gate shove it in there. And when the way they announced it was like I don't think people knew how to react to it necessarily. I think some people are still like the news is still catching up with them that it's finally happening. Probably because they haven't revealed too much information about it yet. So people are still kind of feet on the ground. But wow.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing. Like even I was like, when I first heard the news, I was like, okay, what's the details? And then they're just like, oh no details. Sorry. I'm like, what? I mean, if they told us exactly what was happening, I would have been like super duper excited because you know this is the game I play.
What you should have did was called the Bandai Namco and said, hey, I'm about to win this shit. You're gonna want me over here. Give me the fucking details.
I mean that, and when I heard the news, I definitely thought I was gonna lose to something. So.
Everybody suddenly got mad serious, like, oh shit.
Yeah, I definitely thought I was gonna lose, so I couldn't do that, sadly. But lucked out. We out here, man.
Yeah, man, everybody was just so focused on the summit so that the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour news just kind of, I won't say it flew under the radar, but it definitely was not the main attraction of the weekend, which was kind of incredible because I almost thought that was just going to take over everything. You know, I might have mentioned it once on commentary, and then that was it. No one really wanted to focus on that, which is cool because we were just too busy getting caught up in Summit. But I was like, damn, like that's the power of the Summit and the power of Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah, and it was the details as well. Like if the details were out, you know, it would have been way bigger. But we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, CEO is next week, so there's not much time left until they have to reveal it. So I hopefully it's not the day of CEO, like top 8. Dragon Ball. Oh, here's the World Tour news or details now.
By the way, you're fighting for $75,000.
And if you win CEO, you get an automatic spot in the grand finals of the whole tour.
Yeah,
taking place in Sapporo, Japan.
I hope it's not like that, yo. They need to give us time to digest for sure.
No, dude, like I was telling you earlier, like your schedule, if this tour is what I think it's gonna be, like you're about to be so busy, you're gonna be going places that you never thought you were gonna go to play video games. You know?
I still can't believe it, honestly. Once I saw World in the World Tour thing, I was like, oh, I might actually go to Japan finally. A place that I've been wanting to go to, like, you know, England or wherever else they decide to put it. Hopefully it's not in the US. I don't want to be in the US no more. I want to be everywhere else. Please take me everywhere else.
Hey man, like they might send you to like all the major Dragon Ball popular, you know, areas, obviously Japan, someplace else in Asia. But what if they send you to Mexico, man?
I was about to say that. I was like about to go to Mexico.
I would be down for that too, though. But
that
would
might be a sick ass event.
Yeah, that would be like hella unbelievable to like. That's crazy. Really out here going to South America to play some DBZ.
Yeah, man, that's
crazy.
That crowd's pretty hardcore, man. They love their DBZ out there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like they did that thing where they were like, Jiren versus Goku fight broadcasted in the street, right? And I was like, what if they do that for the tour? They just broadcast a tour in the middle of the street.
Damn, that's how you know Dragon Ball is huge over there.
Oh yeah, man, that's ridiculous.
That's
They're
crazy.
giving out free lap dances for that shit.
Yeah, that was what I was about to bring that up. I saw that too. It was free lap dance for DBZ. What? Are you serious?
For a pre-scripted fight, you might get a lap dance.
And what was that? I think if Goku won, right?
Yeah, if Goku wins against if Goku beats Jiren, everybody was gonna get a free lap dance at a strip club. And I remember I was like, dude, like if he loses, there's gonna be a riot. Like people are gonna get my fucking lap dance.
Yeah. Because everybody knew Goku. I mean, he had to win,
No, yeah, they knew. Well, they thought he was gonna win because remember, Android 17 won.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So they was like, oh, they got us.
That's true. That is true. But I'm still super excited for the world tour. I can't wait to go to Japan. That's like the biggest one for me. That's definitely somewhere I need to be, like pronto.
So you talk about having wanted to go to Japan for a long time, and I'm like, where does that even come from? Like, is that just from you loving fighting games and Japanese culture, or is that just like a place you just always wanted to visit in general?
Definitely because of fighting games. Like, I haven't came out to the scene until DBZ came out, but I was always a really big fan of fighting games. So I used to play Guilty Gear and stuff. So I always imagined myself going to like Japan and get the huge level up playing, everybody else in Guilty Gear or Persona as well, because those are the two games I truly played before DBZ. But I never came out offline. But just going to Japan, playing some casuals with people, sounded like a dream. So I would love to go for that alone, but it is also like a crazy place to be anyway, so it all works out.
Oh yeah, man, it's definitely a kind of place you can get sucked into for a little bit deeper than you want to be, so you might want to be careful in your first outing there.
Yeah, that's true. Manito cool. Tourist.
And so, like, you were obviously not the kind of guy to come out to tournaments for a long time. So I just wonder, like, how'd you even get into fighting games in the first place? Was that just like something you just enjoyed as a kid, and then you saw the tournament scene?
I definitely bought. I think the first fighting game I played, like, of course it was Street Fighter 2, but one that I bought actually was like Blaze Blue, and then after Blaze Blue, I was like, this is not for me. And then Persona came out, and then that's when I was like, wow. And then I just had so much fun that I actually wanted to get good, So I started, looking up tournaments, see if people were actually good. And then I realized that there's actually people that go out here and travel to places in the U.S. just to play the game. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I would see, top players and stuff like that. And I always imagined myself being up there too. But for Persona, at the time, I wasn't the slimmest guy, so I was always thinking about that. But for DBZ, I didn't care. I was like, I have to play this game. I'm too good not to play.
man. Well, I'm happy that you are able to get success at such a young age, my man. It's taken us years to get mediocre, and I'm happy that you've reached new heights for yourself, man.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been good at video games, but I never thought I'd be at this point where I beat the two best players in the world. Like I would have never guessed that. But for DBZ, it was just a game for me. I was just really good at it. And I decided, I was like, well, I'm ranked 4 online. I was like, maybe if I went offline, I could do, something good, especially since nobody played Piccolo.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll be the Piccolo player. And I went out and, NLBC happened. I started winning all the time. And I started, got the sponsor, started traveling. It was crazy. I still can't believe it that this is my life now, playing some DBZ.
Yeah. So how has your life changed exactly? So like, what were you doing before DBZ? Like, as a human being.
As a human being, I just used to work. I used to work at like a movie theater, which is the worst of the worst.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, it sucked. So I was just doing that. I had another job too, working at Domino's. So I had both of those jobs. Then I got fired from both. And then Dragon Ball came out, and I was just like, well, let me play some Dragon Ball now. I got fired from both, and I was just like, well, I got nothing right now. So let me just play some Dragon Ball. And here I am now, actually playing Dragon Ball for some money.
That's pretty inspiring, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Freaking Dominoes. I mean, I still play Dragon Ball like during those times when I had a job, but you know, I didn't have enough time like I do now, where all I do is play the game. While before, you know, I would come home at 12 a.m. 12 a.m. play for like 2 hours or so, then you know, go back to work the next day. But after getting fired from both of them, it was like perfect. It was perfect timing. Literally.
See, Abe, all we got to do is get fired. We should have just been getting fired all this time.
No, dude. If I get fired, I don't eat. I starve to death, and I don't have a place to stay. Like I don't get to have the dream sequence that happens. This is like 1 in a billion, bro. That is true. Because I'm
gonna get fired tomorrow. Goddamn it!
I'm about to follow the footsteps of HookGangGod. In God we trust, bro.
Don't quit your job. Get fired.
Yeah, you got to get fired, so you have the fire inside of you. Yeah, but I had the luxury to, if I get fired, I'm still good because I live with my mom, so I was still chilling regardless if I got fired. But at the time I was playing DBZ, and then I started going to NLBC. I was like, damn, I don't know if I could get this like to the point where I don't need a job. But I was wrong. I'm playing the game now. I'm streaming. My stream is nice. I get a couple viewers there. I won the summit. Like, things is looking bright for me. I could just play DBZ right at this point. I don't have to work for now. Like a regular spot, I could just play some DBZ, which is the dream. That's like the dream, just to play a game and not have to work. This is the best life for me right now.
Optimal mindset, where you're just like, you can be at peace in your regular life so that you can go into the game totally chill, Yeah,
exactly. And then traveling, I'm starting to see, the rest of the U.S. Before this, I've only been to L.A. Other than that, I've never been to anywhere else. So I'm glad that DBZ is taking me. Now it's going to take me around the world, which is still mind-blowing. But even being in different states in the U.S. is still wild to me, for sure.
I think it's really cool, man, that because of DBZ, that a lot of people have been able to fulfill their dreams more now so than before. I feel like a lot of the players that have been making waves in DBZ maybe haven't been able to blow up that big in other games, and this gave them that opportunity. And shit, man, even Chris, dude, like, I mean, you showed up at the summit too, bro. Fucking talent over there. I mean, so many opportunities are getting created because of this, man. And it makes me happy as a community member to see you guys doing well and getting those opportunities.
Yeah, I agree for sure. DBZ is just a big name. So the fact that it's also a good game and very competitive just makes it all the better for people to watch. So I love the game, and it happens to be DBZ. So everybody loves it too.
Like we always say on the show, they couldn't pick a better IP to just throw into the fighting game, circle. So
yeah, for sure.
It's definitely got staying power, if not simply because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I for real think that with the tour in place now, that's only going to be like another nail in the coffin of whether or not it's the people that think it's going to die in a year. Like it's at least got another year behind it. I want to say.
Yeah, I did have some worries about that because there was no world tour before, but now that it's announced, like after Evo, I was scared that DBZ might slow down. People wouldn't care as much because some people still complain about Cell. all day. People think Cells is going to be, but he is pretty much everywhere as of right now. But as long as they keep adding more characters, maybe switch up system mechanics, patch out some things, I think the game could stay for a while, especially now that there's a world tour.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that me and Abe are constantly concerned about is like, we didn't think that there needed to be a tour announced right away, but we thought EVO was definitely like the last attempt, the last chance for them to say anything, either balance update or world tour. And luckily they ended up beating that deadline, but we cut it pretty close. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, for sure. 2 months.
2 months, man.
Yeah, 2 months until like EVO's. Crazy, so I'm just glad.
But even then, I had faith that like the game would survive because like the community behind it is just like everything that built the name that is HookGangGod in Dragon Ball FighterZ was based on the community. There was no corporate interest, or the sponsors came in very late into your lifespan as a player. This was all just built on word of mouth for the most part, and it's been a long time since a mainstream game had that kind of build up. And so I thought that Dragon Ball FighterZ definitely had the power within the community itself to stick around for, if not 2 years, maybe even 3 years, And then eventually someone would take advantage of that and make a pro league.
Yeah, you're actually mad right. I didn't think of that. Like, I definitely have, like, way more followers than another anime game would ever have, Still, DBZ, the name and the community was just big enough to, blow someone like me up. Because I use Piccolo and stuff like that. And people also like me. But just the fact that I have so much followers just off of DBZ, which is rare for, anime games. Because, they're poverty city. But DBZ is definitely not that. So I didn't think about that. But you're right. It's actually a pretty big game as of right now, for sure. And it's probably going to get even bigger.
Yeah, no, it only has the only direction it can go is up, and it's gonna have a big showing at EVO. That's for damn sure, man. Like, I would expect that you'd be playing people at EVO that you'd never even heard of before that are gonna be gone.
Yeah, of course. That's I'm sure that's what always happens. I've never been to EVO yet, but I'm sure the killers are definitely coming out for that one.
So wait, that's right. You've never even had a chance to go anywhere. This will be your first year doing anything and your first EVO, and you're literally coming in as one of the men to beat. Holy shit.
Yeah, 4 months ago, I was just a regular guy behind a theater stand, man. That's all I was. And then now I'm one of the top players for this game. It's actually wild. It's like 4 or 5 months later. And I've never been to anything. That's one thing that I have a problem with still. I get nervous on stage for sure. I'm not used to that. Like everybody else that I have to play is like seasoned. Dogura. He's been playing for years. Goichi for sure. Sonic as well. Been playing for years. That's one thing they have over me. 3 months ago, I've never been on a stage that big ever. So I'm not ready yet. But soon I'm sure I'll get better at the nervousness on stage.
Yeah. That'll come with time. I mean, there's plenty of guys who've been doing this for years, and they still get the jitters on the stage.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something I can't avoid for sure, but I think I'll get better at it.
Well, you have a sponsor. You're on a team now, and like, are they helping you with stuff like this? Because I would imagine that's one of those things that they want to stamp out before it gets to become too big of a problem down the line.
What, being nervous?
Just being nervous in general. Like, is there someone like at NRG that you can talk to about that? Or you just talk to Super and say, "Hey, man, how do I not be nervous?"
I actually never asked anyone because until I was on the stage, I had realized that because before like NLBC, playing at NLBC, I was really never nervous there. But once I got to like Texas Showdown, Combo Breaker, I started to feel it. Because there's actually a lot of people behind me watching me play top 8. Like I've never asked anybody for like help. I probably should, since people have been playing way longer than me. Maybe they got some tips that I don't know.
Yeah,
but they're just gonna tell you keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing great. Actually got another question for you, man. Seeing as all these things seem to happen to you rather quickly, how does your family feel about all this success that comes out of nowhere? What are their interpretations of what you're doing?
They definitely still don't believe that I'm doing anything good. Like I remember I told my dad I got what was it? I got second place at Texas Showdown, and I was like, so many people were watching me, and he was just like, okay, go get a job though. I was just like, I feel that. I was like, well, they still don't believe me, and then I won Summit, and I'm just like, oh, I won 10K, and he's like, what? You won 10K? What? Are you serious? I was like,
that shit, boy.
Hey, do whatever you want with your life. At that point, it was like, I don't care what you do. That's great.
Yeah. They didn't like even before I told them. I was like, yo, I'm streaming. I'm getting like 400 viewers average. Like they just like, oh, okay, that's cool. But when you go into college or stuff like that, I'm just like, damn.
Wow.
They don't like. I feel like they didn't really think it was real. You know. Like, I mean, even I still don't think it's real sometimes, but it is.
It is very hard to like come to terms with the fact that, like, you know, because as men or just as human beings in general, we have so many options available to us to, like, you know, become adults, right? And then now one of them is all like to just not be an adult.
Play video games, man.
Video games, and it's just like, I mean, I get it, you know, like. Older generations are like, why would you do that? It's like, that obviously can't be that stable. And I'm like, well, you know, let's hold on a second, maybe.
It's looking really good now.
Pretty nice, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like definitely better than like
working at a movie theater, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's 10 times better than that, yo.
Dude, to that, Chris, you tell people like that, it's not stable for you. that is a good point. For you, you're not gonna make it. But for me, I'm in there, bro. Cause I'm nice.
I will see you on ESPN, baby.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I have that ESPN reminds me. They have an article of me, and they think my last name was Hook. So in the article it said Eduardo HookGangGod Hook. That was super strong, yo. Yeah, I still can't believe I'm on an article on ESPN. Like, what? That's wild.
It'd be happening like that though, man. Like,
yeah, man.
Like, if this game keeps going up and you're right there with it, they're just gonna be all like, you know, who's the people to talk about in Dragon Ball FighterZ? Your name's on that list. They're gonna be like, this will probably be the last interview you do with Mt Paozu Arcade.
Nah. I gotta stay humble, you know. These are the humble beginnings, man. If anything, I'll definitely be back. You know, I'm never gonna be too Hollywood because, you know, 4 months ago I was freaking serving popcorn. Like, what? I'm definitely gonna try to stay humble, like, for sure. I can't be too Hollywood on the people that brought me up, you know, that supported me before everything.
Excellent. Yeah, man. Always stay humble, man, because, like, you know, I don't want to jinx it or anything like that, but like, you always want to, you want to, like, you know, leave something better than you found it. So always stay humble.
Yeah, of course. Like, you never know. Imagine tomorrow every copy of Dragon Ball Z burns and never can exist again. Then what? I'm fucked.
You gotta play Guilty Gear, and you're like, oh shit, man. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, come on.
These guys are good.
Nah, dude. You know how we know that Hook made it, bro? When he starts playing on a random stage for some game that just got released.
Oh,
he starts playing Dissidia or some shit at like the Tokyo Game Show. Like, hey, you just got invited because you're dope, bro. That's why you're here.
Yo, Bandai about to bring me up for My Hero, the My Hero.
There you go.
That would be wild, actually.
I would, like, if they invite me, we can go in there together, and I'll be like, dude, like, this is the even playing ground. I'm like, about to beat the Summit champion in My Hero Academia.
No count, man. You got to give me a week or so with the game.
No, not even. I'm going in cold, man. We're going cold.
Still lose. And Chris will still lose.
I still lose. I got horrible fundamentals.
Man, you never know, man. But if I ever do get invited, then, you know, I'll truly make it for sure. That's big things. That's big esports things. I have yet to experience, though, too, since, you know, 4 months ago. I'm super new.
I was going to say, did you go to E3? Sorry to cut you off.
Nah, I actually didn't. I should have, though, but I didn't want to I didn't tell anybody like before to get me in because I definitely wasn't paying for it.
Oh no, they wouldn't make you pay for that shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, they would have got you in, man.
Yeah, honestly, I should have. It would have been really smart for me to do it, especially since I just won Summit. Like,
dude, I was gonna
2 days ago.
You could have went in and then be like, yo, put me on that Smash exhibit. You know, put me on that Smash exhibit.
Well, they had the Switch there. They had the Switch, DBFZ Switch version there.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, missed opportunity, but next time.
Hey, now you know. Now you know. Like whenever an opportunity presents itself, especially in esports, you just pounce on that shit and you worry about it later. You know, like it took me a minute to get used to that, also, because like I don't want to be put out there, and a lot of people don't want to be put out there, not knowing exactly what they're getting into and how it's going to work out. But I've learned that when that kind of stuff presents itself to you, you just got to grab it and then make the most of it. And one of the things I see within you is that you are definitely the kind of guy that can take advantage of a lot of the opportunities that are thrown at them, because you're really easygoing. You're not expecting a ton of shit. And I think that's a strong quality within a top player in the FGC.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like a lot of FGC players aren't used to stuff like that, where it's just only recently until, we started getting big bucks in Street Fighter, and Street Fighter is like the biggest FGC game. So, it's still new. It's still really new for a lot of us. So, especially for me, the
one thing I never hope I see from you, I hope I never see this from you on Twitter, is you just saying like, I don't think I can play this game for money anymore because they keep nerfing my characters and I refuse to switch. Like, just don't become one of those guys, man.
What? Because they kill Piccolo?
They kill Piccolo, and it's just like, I can't play this game anymore. I don't want to go to any more World Tours, Like, don't become a guy like that.
That definitely wouldn't be the smart thing to do.
I know, but like, you'd be surprised how much you hear that now. Like, people are just like so freely volunteering this. Like, they don't actually quit. Obviously, they keep playing.
I was about to say, man. I was like, when you got no choice, dude. Because here's the thing, man. When you go knee deep into this shit, it's really hard to pull yourself out in some different way. I mean, but there's a positive side to it, man. Like I said, you're building a resume, dude. Your resume is already looking real mighty strong.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to be able to take advantage of it, and that's something that up until like this point in time that the FGC is now, where the top players have been really trying to take advantage of all the stuff that they have available to them, or really understanding how to take advantage of it. And I feel like that's good for a person like you, that there's a lot of examples of how other people have been able to maintain their success, whether it's not specifically tournament wise, it's through opening up different avenues by your successes that you've had,
Yeah, I definitely agree. For sure, like, hold on, I got a brain fart.
We're kind of loading you up with a lot of information here, so it's all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. I was looking at my dog too. That was like looking at me, but yeah, I agree. Like, for sure, it's definitely really new for us. So, and like you said, my resume is looking real good for now. Like, I won Summit. Like, that's still something that I have no idea I had the potential to do. So hopefully I can keep winning, do as best as I could and see what happens after. As long as DBZ stays real strong, in the FGC. It's looking like it's going to stay long, though, so I hope.
Yeah, just keep it moving forward, dude. Like I keep saying, you have a very good head on your shoulders in terms of, like, accepting things as they come. And I think that's going to take you far, Like, you want to stay humble. You want to remember the things that got you to where you are. But you also want to take a big-ass bite out of all this, so.
Next E3, I'm there for sure.
Oh, yeah, please, man. Like, I'm going to try to be there, too, this year. I got blown up, but, like, just, they're throwing it at you right now, man. Like, grab everything you can. Not that it's going to end anytime soon, but just like, yo, man.
Yeah, got to make the most of it now, especially when I'm like one of the real popular players too in this game as well. Like, people really like the fact that I'm using Piccolo. Like, there's some
they like you more than the other guy.
yeah, it's like, because for a lot of other players, it makes it seem like you have to use Cell Kid Buu to win, and then for me to win with Piccolo, I have a lot of people telling me that I inspired them to give it another shot, with their character that they actually want to play, So I hope it definitely brings them out to play the game for sure. Because nobody wants to see Cell Kid Buu forever.
I mean, I'm all right with the Kid Buu part,
Nah. I know you play Kid Buu. That's why.
Yeah, what's wrong with Kid Buu, man? Damn.
Yo, nah.
They nerfed his damage. What?
They need to nerf him more. Yo.
Nah, he's good. He's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine.
I think they should nerf Cell and nerf Kid Buu a little.
That's like people's whole teams right there, bro.
Actually, if they decide not to nerf them, though, I'd be happy if they just buffed everybody else.
There you go. Yeah, I'm down with
that. That would be way better. That would be way better.
See, now you're talking like an SNK player. Don't nerf anybody. Just make everybody else better. I don't care if it unbalances the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine Beerus was like A tier or something like that.
Like,
that would be...
He could easily turn into a top tier character, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like
that thing.
Minor adjustments.
Yeah. Like, I was actually talking to somebody about that today, where I was like, dude, what if you just couldn't super dash through his orbs?
He'd be ridiculous, though. He'd probably be one of the best characters, honestly. Because
they would probably limit.
He has a 2L low. He has a 2L low too.
Yeah, he's a 2L low, so he can technically. The only thing is just even if he could throw out orbs, his buttons would still suck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, his 2M is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
Do that shit anywhere, you're just getting hit by a key blast or something. Like what?
Just throw it right in my mouth, please.
Yeah, it's like.
But yeah, so there's so many characters in this game that are just that close to being like, oh man, they're almost that close to being like Yamcha. Yamcha's so close to almost being a problem, and Kazunoko don't give a damn anyways. Like, he's still a problem to me. If only he had a DP. If only he had a real DP.
Yeah, I mean, his assist is actually super godlike though.
That's just not okay, man. Like that.
it's actually it's actually fucked, to be honest. Like super dash and then assist. It's so cheap. It's so cheap, yo. But thing is, like, him as a character alone, like Anchor, is like, oof, man, making that comeback. It's
he
tough.
did it though. Kazunoko did it. And people were just like, we were talking to Leffen about that. I'm like, you got to play Yamcha now, man.
Dang.
Leffen has to play Yamcha now on Anchor. He has to play the Yamcha assist. I mean, I doubt he's going to do it. He had this all weekend with Android 21. I'm like, you ain't dropping 21. Are you crazy?
Yeah, he even said it now. He's like, yo, I'm going to stick it out with her.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. If Goichi or Sonic would have won, he probably would have been like, oh, it's time for Kid Buu time or something, you know?
He can still run Kid Buu in 21. That's probably not a bad team. Kid Buu 21, Majin Buu. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with like 21, she needs to assist the damage since, her problem is the knockdown. Like she gets a lot of damage, but she can never ever like truly knock you down unless it's level 3. Right. So not being able to take the damage with Kid Buu is already like pretty bad. But it's still Kid Buu, still Kid Buu assist. Still locks you down.
Good.
So,
it's good.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's up to him, but I think he is gonna keep 21. He told me.
I don't see him dropping it. I mean, I haven't dropped any of my characters at all, and I'm just like, it's muscle memory at this point. I can't play anybody else.
Yeah, poor Trunks. You're gonna be the only Trunks player alive, man.
Yeah, I will be, man. I'm just gonna get top 8s at nowhere tournaments with Trunks. Like, still good.
Dude, what if it turns around to be like, oh, people forgot the Trunks matchup, and then you start winning because of that shit?
If they forget about the cross-up part, then I'm good. If they forget about auto combo cross-ups, then perfect,
Damn, poor Chris G, man. He's not using Trunks. Feels bad. That was like the Trunks legend right there, man.
Well, he really got a lot of people believing in that character early. And because he was heavily defensive, and the way he played Trunks was like, oh man, like he gets to actually control some shit because he got big normals and stuff with the sword, and ain't enough, man.
It's not enough. It's not better than Kid Buu, man.
Yeah,
2L low is not better than Kid Buu, man.
I mean, you kind of get some cute stuff with that Cyclone Flip, the EX Cyclone Flip, but it's like,
yeah, but
it's not real.
Yeah, it's not Kid Buu assist though. That's the thing, yo. It's like every character is not Kid Buu.
You get the triangle arm ball, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like it's not fair, man. Or every character is not Cell either. So
that's why you gotta buff everybody, man.
That's how it is. Yeah, they buff everybody. I mean, hopefully, imagine they do a patch like right before Evo. That would be.
You might have put something out into the ether that didn't need to be, but it might be real now.
if that happens, like imagine they just destroy Piccolo before Evo, like that would be. Oh man, just patch it after Evo, please.
Do you think they'll if they patch it and somebody gets destroyed, do you think it's gonna be Piccolo or Cell?
If somebody gets
like if anybody gets like the nerf to like just like ridiculous levels of unusableness,
Piccolo or Cell, definitely Piccolo. Cell's gonna stay godlike until the game is dead. I can't see Cell being bad, honestly. He was made to be good. He got a command grab, ridiculous normals, he got perfect attack. He doesn't need a command grab. Why does he have a command grab? Like, it makes no sense. He was really made to be the best character, like one of the best easily, and now he is the best character since they nerfed 16 and Gohan.
Go on,
yeah, dude. They kissed their fingertips after that one, huh? Like, fucking hell,
and they were like,
that's a fighting game character.
Yes, that's a fighting game.
Should we give him a command grab? They're like, well, fuck you, give him everything. He has everything. Might as well actually give him everything.
We can't call him Perfect Cell if he ain't got a command grab, guys.
It makes no sense. That's actually the only thing he was missing. If he had a DP, oh my god. He has perfect attack though, so that's like
that's close enough.
Yeah, it's way too good already. So, you know,
yeah.
Hopefully they just buff everybody to his level. Then the game will be very Marvel, and everybody would just be godlike.
Well, with the way that they're adding in characters that are actually kind of, challenging the tier list, that could end up happening where there's like, we actually have to reshuffle this a little bit. Like, they're talking about bringing in normal Goku and normal Vegeta in the next character update, which is a rumor because we don't know for sure who's coming up.
Yeah.
And we don't know who's coming up next for damn sure. But, who knows? Maybe one of those characters could be the anti-Cell.
Yeah, I mean, even when Bardock came out, I didn't expect him to be as good as he was. When I first tried him out, I was like, man, he's good, but I probably won't change him for Black. And now he's like top 3.
Yeah,
Like,
and then you're just like, who he fits well with? Freaking Perfect Cell, man.
Yeah, and Vegeta. What a coincidence.
No fucking way.
Oh my god, double supers with Cell and Bardock. Like, it makes no sense. Why could he do that? Like, yo, Cell's ridiculous.
Cell is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, but double supers.
We have light at the end of the tunnel. We're still early into the game. That's the crazy part. Like, Dragon Ball FighterZ is not even half a year old yet.
Yeah, it's, what is it, 5 months now?
5 months. And
it feels like it's been forever too. That's the wild part.
Dude, the waiting for the game to come out felt like that.
Yeah, it's actually wild. That's only been 5 months, and the game is changing like constantly. But we'll see. And then of course they'll just patch anything. They could change anything. So hopefully it stays refreshing all day, all the time.
So too.
We haven't even got to the full potential of the game either. Like I mean, they haven't finished their release of the DLC characters. So we haven't even have a final product to judge it by. So the fact that it's where it's at right now is pretty awesome.
I was gonna say we for sure had a conversation recently. Well, I didn't. I just saw it on Twitter. People had a really heated conversation about like which characters have been explored to their maximum and which ones haven't been, and can you define the game's tier list based off of that lack of information?
Yeah, that's true.
There were definitely differing arguments and feelings involved and whatnot. But I think at the end of the day, it came to the general consensus that there's a ton of shit we just don't know about people in this game. Like, one of the things that I was bringing up at Summit was like, players like Kazunoko who are running these teams that aren't just top tier. They're instead just good characters that work good with those characters, you know, where they basically build a shell around that, like an actual team, and that ended up being extremely strong, you know. And I don't think you'll find anyone that'll say like, "Oh, that was totally all Kazunoko." Like, no, man, that was all just good synergy.
Yeah, of course. That's like one thing that is kind of weird with my team, because like Piccolo and Cell are like together. But you know, for example, like Apology Man's team, his team like shits out so much damage. It's actually ridiculous because he can double super with everybody. What, Tien, Goku, Piccolo? He can just do double supers all day. Like good synergy really does count. But then again, it's still Kid Buu. So,
but if you get caught, that's the thing. If you get caught, you're dying.
Exactly. That's why it's kind of fucked that Bardock, Vegeta, Cell are all good synergy characters too. So it's even wilder.
Yeah.
So it works out for them. But hopefully we'll see with the new DLCs, you know. Maybe the next Vegeta will be better than regular or Super Saiyan Vegeta.
He'll have the same assist, but you can't reflect in the middle of it or super dash in the middle of it. You have to just block it.
Yeah, like give him the pre-patch assist. Why not? You know, give it to him. But that would be kind of fucked up. But I don't know.
So I just want to remind the audience real quick that we're getting closer to the end of this wonderful show that we're running tonight. But we want to give you guys a chance to get some questions in if you haven't already. And Gibby or Hellbox, if you guys could drop the link in the chat. Yeah, man, there's a lot to look forward to, man. And at the end of every show, we always just think about the future and how these things have still yet to come, but the little steps are totally happening to get there, you know?
You definitely have a ways to go. I mean, I honestly didn't expect anything to happen until the end of year one, and now we're looking at, you know, a season in the middle of, you know, year zero, more or less.
Yeah.
This is, it's formless, basically. It's formless, you know. Guys like Hook right now winning these big events is great, and it's going to get the momentum running for them. But we honestly don't know where this ends, where the tip of the iceberg, like, you know, where the iceberg ends. Iceberg ends. Excuse me. So that's where most of the excitement for me comes with the Dragon Ball FighterZ. When a lot of people like say that the game could possibly get stale in a year, and I'm like, yeah, but it's so young. There's just so many things that we just don't know yet.
Like I said before, like you can, they literally can just change the whole game. Like imagine they like made guard cancel 10 times better or made reflect worse. You know?
No, for sure.
It could change everything. So it's still really young, for sure. It's only 5 months. It's crazy that like even me thought that the game might get stale. Because, you know, I think people say that only because Cell and Kid Buu. Like, too much Cell Kid Buu, so everybody's like, oh, it's stale now. This game sucks. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's only the beginning.
I'll tell you this much, man. Like, whenever someone tells me a game is stale because of the characters being used, it's like, it almost never is actually stale. People are still watching it. They're just mad that no one's playing anybody else.
They're just mad.
You know, they're just like, oh man, Uri and Street Fighter 5 too strong, but I'll watch that shit anyway, man.
Yeah, they get bodied by Cell Kid Buu. They're like, oh, it's stale now. I hate it. I don't want to watch it.
Not trying to watch this fraud win tournaments with my money.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like I said, it will change. If it changes big, everybody will be happy, and then they'll say the next big character is stale, and then hopefully the cycle continues.
What if they buff Broly? Like, what if Broly's just like a problem in season 2?
Honestly, I hope he stays the way he is. I would not want to deal with a Broly that's actually like top tier.
Fucking scary, yeah.
Yeah, that would be another 16 all over again. Like, I don't mind fighting 16 now, but back then it was like, why?
You don't want Rico Suave just like grabbing your head and squishing it and shit? It's like, you know.
No, man, I'm not ready for the Rico shit talk right after. I'm not ready for that, man. I can't. Broly needs to stay bad. Please stay bad.
All right. Well, they're probably never going to buff Broly anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. Like, imagine
I'm trying to jinx it, honestly. I want to get buffed.
Imagine Krillin is the next top tier. Like,
I think Krillin's actually pretty good, though, man.
He is, but nobody uses him to that point where people even consider him. You know?
Right, and that's what I'm talking about. Where people are just like kind of they're easing into it now. You know, they're seeing how good these lesser used characters are in situations where the top tier characters maybe can't perform as well, you know? Some of these top tier characters don't have the best Oki. And then you got Krillin in there with the Rock.
Yeah, or another example, Fat Boo. That's why I'm using him.
Oh, that's right. You talked about this on before the show. You are picking up a Fat Boo.
Yeah, I might have a pocket Fat Boo. I'm gonna use them next NLBC. So tomorrow I'm gonna debit my Fat Boo in tournament.
All right.
He's good enough to win it, honestly. His set play is just ridiculous.
The set play is insane with that character, man. Yeah, like watching Breaker Dave work at Combo Breaker was like, I'm glad he got to do that because people just didn't believe. Yeah,
and what's crazy is he inspired me to play him just because he literally almost beat Kazunoko with Majin Buu. Like, that's ridiculous. Like,
you had him tilted.
Before that, people were like, "Oh, Fat Boo, he's whack. He's this, he's that." But seeing Breaker Dave play him is just like, wow. There's hope. He looks kind of ridiculous if you bring out the best potential in him.
Yes, sir.
We gotta get that dude on the show too, man.
No, for sure.
We always talk about Breaker Dave. And,
ridiculous.
He's great. He's great.
He's too busy. You can't hammer him down. He's such a legend that he held up an entire tournament so he could go to church on Easter Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I can't start the tournament without me, baby. I'm Breaker Dave.
That's definitely a classic story.
That dude is a fucking legend. I'm not even being sarcastic. Like that dude is like, dude, you will wait for this Fat Boo bodying, okay? Jesus comes first.
I can't wait to see the people's reactions tomorrow when I'm using Fat Boo. Like I'm literally just gonna steal everything Breaker Dave does and do it at NLBC.
Do it, man.
And nobody be ready because nobody uses them. It's wild.
Just whip it out, put it on the table, man. Like pow, you know.
Nobody uses them. Like at NLBC, now that I'm thinking about it, like I think every time I fight somebody to get to like top 8 or whatever, they literally have Cell Kid Buu, and then somebody else, and it's never somebody different. Like for Piccolo, for example, it'll always be Vegeta, Bardock, 8 Gohan. It's rare, you know, for people to use different characters. They just kind of pick whoever they think is the best. But they about to see this Fat Boo. Let's see the power, the true power. Nobody's gonna. I'm
Show me the restands.
Shit out of everybody. They're not gonna know what the fuck is happening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Gibby. Oh, is Gibby even available today? Chris, did he tell you he was going to be able to do the questions? Oh, okay. Gibby, bring your ass out here, super producer. Come on, broski.
Wow. What's going on, everybody? How's it hanging? Been a good show tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of Dragon Ball talk. The show has been good. The questions have... we only got 2 questions, sadly.
Did we only got 2 questions?
Yeah.
It has been a while since we've broadcasted, so maybe
it is.
People weren't ready.
Yeah. But, there were some observations I made in chat, so I took some of those in, and I'm going to, mention them on stream. But our first question comes from Atmosphere. He asks, "What do you think about Vegeta Blue? Is he underrated?"
Yes.
He's also one of those characters that nobody really uses him, and I feel like he has potential. At first, I thought he was whack, though, but then I seen 5L destroy every raw tag I did. I was like, wow, this guy might be good. Like, and he has really good damage, too, so you never know. You got to give him some time. I definitely think he's good, though, but the 2L problem is still there. He has no 2L low. So, I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about Vegito Blue. He asked if Vegeta Blue was underrated.
Oh, Vegeta Blue. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Vegeta Blue, he might be whack.
What?
He might be whack. Might be whack. I thought you said Vegito Blue. Sorry.
Vegito Blue, no. Well, no, Vegito. Well, that's actually that's a good explanation for Vegito Blue too. So that's that's cool.
Yeah.
I think Vegeta Blue definitely has some strengths if you put the right team around him.
He does have strength, but his problem is like the Rekka kicks are like not really that scary. Like you can kind of mash if they do like one Rekka kick. Like it's not that scary. And then he has to vanish to combo into super, kind of like how Piccolo does.
Right. Yeah.
So that hurts him, and then he has no DP, and he has no ridiculous assists like regular Vegeta. Yeah, I don't know. Hurts.
I was gonna say his auto combo string on whiff, it goes hella far though.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting dunked by that shit yesterday.
Does Fame play that character still? Do you still play Blue?
I haven't seen him play in a couple months. So
yeah, I think he does though. I think his team is regular Vegeta, Vegito Blue, and Cell. I think. Yeah. It's kind of a different team. 2 Vegetas on one team. It's definitely different.
Could be 3 pretty soon. All right. Next question.
Next question, also from Atmosphere. He asks, "What do you hope the Pro Tour does? Do you want to do something like the Capcom Cup? Do you want it to be like Battle for the Stones, more pop bonuses, etc.? MVCI Tour had the Power Stones. Maybe instead of Power Stones, you can get something like, the Dragon Balls. Give you something more."
Out the gate, I wouldn't mind if it was something like CPT. If it was just point system, more pop bonuses or pop bonuses for that guaranteed for every like premier event or something like that, right? And then a World Finals somewhere in either Japan or America.
For me, I definitely want the big ass pop bubble. That's what I need. I definitely need that. But if they decide to do like every person gets a Dragon Ball or something, like every tournament they win or something like that, and like if they get all 7, then they could get the grand prize or whatever. That would also be pretty cool. But then it'll limit to 7 Dragon Balls. So I don't know.
That's a lopsided ass bracket.
Yeah, so who knows what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna have, at this point, anybody could win the tournaments. It's like any of the top players, if they could just win, all of us are pretty close in skill, so you never know what happened. So it's definitely gonna be interesting for sure.
All right, we have another one.
Definitely Monkey Madness. I play Monkey Madness all the time. He's definitely the 3rd best Piccolo. But yeah, nobody else uses them, so that's a pretty easy question. Definitely Monkey Madness. 2nd is Apology, and then 1st is, of course, me.
Damn, I like it. So Apology Man wanted to be on the show for a little bit. I told him he could be on the show, and then he went out to East Coast and lost to you and Sonic Fox and Skill Surge. And then just because of life gets in the way, I just didn't get a chance to invite him on the show afterwards. But I've been running this gag where I told him, like, dude, you lost. I can't have you on the show. I can't come back to you. Can't come back to you.
Only one Piccolo player.
Yeah, basically, right?
Drop it, dog.
Good times, man. The good times. We all destroyed them.
Well, now he got you guys sweating though, man, because like you saw that tension on team and everybody's like, oh no, don't get deleted.
Yeah, he definitely had a lot of pressure for sure. Like, and then right after that, he had to face me at NL.
Yeah, dude, that was rough. I hated watching that.
That was definitely the craziest NLBC yet for sure. Like the 2 best Piccolos. That's wild. Who would have thought, right? 2 best Piccolos at NLBC was the best one for sure.
Nah, man, that's how it happens sometimes. Believe me.
Yeah.
All right, you got some questions from the actual chat.
So things I saw in chat, we had owner of Super Arcade, Watts, pop in here.
What?
Congratulate you, HookGangGod.
Thank you.
Very happy that you won. We had I don't know how close you and Super Noon are, but he says next time he goes to the theater with you, he's gonna make you pour him a slushie.
Wait, what was that?
Super Noon is gonna make you pour him a slushie next time you guys go to the theater together.
Oh man, I'm definitely past that time of my life. I refuse to do such a thing anymore. I'm not pouring drinks no more. I'm not doing slushies. I'm not giving a popcorn with extra butter no more. I'm good.
Oh, you put the extra butter on there, my man.
He's like,
those are definitely the worst people. They're like, oh, can I do half, man? I'm just like, just take the butter, man.
and for 75 cents more, you can make it a large. Oh, okay.
Oh, man. Feels bad, man.
Like, do you ever get like screamed at by people for like not giving them enough butter or some shit?
Wait, what was that?
You ever get like screamed at by people when you were working at the theater for not giving them enough butter?
Well, oh yeah, of course. Especially since in my area, kind of like it's kind of hood, so I get that. You definitely get the rowdiest people there for sure, and they're just like if they don't get what they want the way they want it, it's definitely like a problem, So,
damn, dude.
I hate that. I hate working there. It was so trash.
Minimum wage would be a motherfucking war zone, man.
Yeah, exactly. And then they just expect they think I'm like a maid and whatever. And if I don't do what they say, I'm cooked pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm definitely not doing that slushy. But whoever has
you gonna make that slushy and then just dump it over his head for me.
Yeah, I'll do the slushy and then I'm stealing it. I'm out. I'm taking it for myself.
All right. That's pretty much it. That's what I saw in chat. That stood out. A lot of congratulations to you from everybody.
I thank you, everybody in the stream. I truly appreciate it. I'm definitely the people's champ right now. For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
There is one question that I had. Since I didn't see it asked in the Discord chat, and this is something we usually ask all of our guests. We obviously have a leaked list for DBFZ characters coming out, and they've been pretty spot on so far. So there's no real reason to really doubt them. But let's say in season 2, there's another 8 that could possibly be in the roster, and I'm not going to ask you to give me 8, but at least give me 2 that you need to see in season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I definitely the first one. I definitely 100% need to see is Master Roshi. 100%.
Master Roshi.
Master Roshi 100% needs to be in this game. Wouldn't that be super hype to see him as a super turn super buff and then do the Kamehameha? That's ridiculous. But all right, there's him, and then the second is Hercule or Mr. Satan. His real name.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, definitely Mr. Satan. Just because I feel like he would be the item thrower, and that's all I love to do. That's all I love to do. Just throw items and then hope my RNG is godlike and I win the match because I got 10 meteors in a row or something like that. So I'll pray for him, but I don't know if Mr. Satan will get in just because he can't vanish. I don't think they would.
I'm actually thinking about that too. Fuck, he can't vanish.
He could fly with the jetpack, but the vanish one is that one's bad. That one's
you could do a quick zip to the behind you or something or something like that.
I don't know.
Nah, maybe
it would be ugly. It definitely would be ugly, but if they want to do it, you never know, man. You never know.
It's gonna be a zany ass game regardless. So yeah. It's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. But we still got a whole year ahead of us this coming up, and it's gonna be humongous with the tour announced, more DLC on the way, and just more big tournaments to go to. And we'll be seeing you at all of them probably because they're gonna be running you out there, man.
Of course, man. I'm ready out here. I'm training still, playing. Well, not really, because playing online is definitely not training.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no more. Used to be, but not anymore.
You gotta a training, or at least people to play now offline. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah, of course, NLBC is definitely the place for me to like truly train.
All right.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, I can't wait to travel more to play some DBZ, the game that I love to play.
Badass, man.
And you know, on that note, man, I'm happy to hear that such a game has gotten so big that a lot of people have that sentiment about the game that they play, that they love this game. A lot of the guests that we bring on here have said the same thing. So this could be the one, man. This is the one that breaks us through. It's already working. It's almost there.
Yeah,
just
man.
gotta stay the course.
I mean, it brought like literally every community together.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it definitely is the one to hopefully, you know, stay big, and then we could all eat, you know.
That's right, man. We could all meet at the table and eat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're getting towards the end of the shows. I'm just about to close out at least my section of it, but thank you guys for watching and staying around for so long and hearing Hook tell his story and us get to interview him. Also, Hook, it's a pleasure, man, having you here, and definitely would like you back.
Of course, man. You know, I'm never gonna be too Hollywood for anybody. That's for sure. So if you guys ask me, I'll definitely come back. It's great to be on here. For sure, I had a good time. I'm glad you guys are fun to talk to.
We tried, dude. We tried.
Nah, bro, we're about to hit you with the esports staleness.
Yeah, some interviews I did definitely had me trying to go to sleep. Like,
Oh no!
Oh, shit.
yeah. So, but you guys are definitely fun to talk to. So that's great. That's great.
Cool, man. Yeah, man, we're all fans here, man. We all love the series. There's some real love with the Game Goons over here. For you
next time
and
we
the
have you
game.
on, I was gonna say next time we have him on, he definitely has to talk more about Dragon Ball with us. You know, we gotta talk
Yeah.
more. You know, gotta bring that segment back.
Yeah, I got some questions for you, man. We'll save those. For
Oh
next
yes, for sure, for sure.
Thanks for telling me now, so that I can just like fresh my memory, because I definitely would get blown up if I got asked some lore things about DBZ.
Oh.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
We'll ask the right questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. All you guys watching, thank you guys for sticking around. People asking questions and supporting us, and also supporting HookGangGod and Watch Up Stream. By the way, what is your stream channel? By the way, you could plug it right now if you'd like to.
The stream is Eduardo_Hook.
All right.
Twitch.tv. That's it. Sadly, I didn't get my actual name. Somebody stole it before me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I'm just a regular Eduardo Hook. That was my online.
Oh, shit.
It's
Hey,
fine,
maybe
it's fine.
that's how they got that article, dude. Maybe they were like, hey,
That's
dude,
what I
on
was thinking,
Twitch,
yeah.
it says Eduardo Hook. It's got to be his last name.
Yeah, man.
The best thing, they could have just DM'd the brother, like, hey, what's your real name?
They literally could have asked me, but it's fine. I'm down for Hook being my last name. Hook is cool. Hook is definitely cool.
About to evade all these taxes, baby.
Yeah, man. But as far for me, yeah, it's been great. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to let the illustrious Help Pockets, the talent at Summit of Power, close us out for this tonight's stream.
All right. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for coming back for our return Mount Paozu Arcade episode. I know that we haven't been as frequent as normal, but, you know, we try to make them big episodes when we can, and, you know, hopefully that trend continues. I want to thank Eduardo Hook for joining us tonight. Have you on anytime, brother. It's a pleasure talking to you, and good luck to everything that, you know, you have coming at you in the future, and I think you deserve every bit of success that comes to you.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man. As for me, before I go, obviously want to invite everybody who's in chat right now to, if you're at Evo this year, the Thursday before, we're having a Goon Suite again, the annual Goon Suite at Mandalay Bay. We'll be running KOF games, other SNK games, maybe some Dragon Ball. If people want to show up in one Dragon Ball sets, we're going to be streaming out of there. Oh yeah, no, you're invited, dude. We'll set up an exhibition with you and somebody else. Maybe you and Reynold, huh? You want to play Reynold at Goon Suite?
Nah, I'm down if he wants. I'll play my KOF too.
Oh shit! All right, we can set that up too.
Well, we might have a stream then. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you check it out. It'll be on this channel being streamed on August 2nd, and hopefully we'll see everybody there. Come say hi to us if you don't see us at the suite. We love all of our fans. I think that's all the announcements that I have. Go out and buy Dragon Ball FighterZ if you haven't already. Duh. You got to sell some tickets real quick. All right. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching another great episode of Mt Paozu Arcade. We'll see you next time. And always remember, drink Kool-Aid, hail Satan!